Tina of Tina Stitches. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel primarily about cross stitch, but you will see other crafting endeavors possibly. I do other things such as quilting, crocheting, knitting, but to be honest, I haven't done that for such a long time. So today is Monday, August the 1st. It is 5, almost 6 o'clock in the evening, and I thought I've been absent from Flosstube for a while, so I should get my button gear and get on here. Update you all on what's been going on. So, thank you for coming back. Welcome if you're new. I really do appreciate it. If you've been following me for a while, you will know on July 11th, my last video that I posted was the final stitches on Beloved. I will insert a picture here. It is not with me right now because I took it down south, and it is in the hands of my brother-in-law. So I will show it to you when I get it back. So, so if you're here to see Beloved, well, that's going to be a change because I've been doing Flosstube for over 5 years, and Beloved has been a constant in those videos. So I do have a new constant. Yeah, so today's video is going to feature only a couple of whips, works in progress, and one new start, and plans for another new start, and plans, because it's August, it's a new month, so you know, planning happens. July was pretty much a wash for my stitching because I did take some time off work, and I actually did go down south. I'm in northwestern Ontario, so going south is to Toronto and that area, and it wasn't a long trip. We went there, we got there real quick, everything went smoothly. We only took a week down there, which was not long enough for the amount of people we wanted to see and such, so next time it will be longer. But it's been a long time since we've done that, long overdue. So anyways, I'll talk about that more at the end. I don't know how long we're already into this, and I haven't shown you any stitching. So I took Beloved with me, but I did take a project to work on in the car, in the plane, in the hotel. I actually took 2 projects, but the other one didn't get touched. Isn't that always the way? You know, be extra prepared and then barely do anything. So the one that I did work on is the one that I think right now is the easiest to travel with. But I forgot a highlighter, so that was problematic. Made me take extra time counting stitches. This is Simplicity Vintage, or Vintage Simplicity. Simplicity Vintage. There it is. It's a dimensions kit. I got this recently off of Amazon, so, you know, if you're still looking for it, it's available as far as I know. And here's where it was when you last saw it. And here's where it is now. If you can hear music in the background. My husband is doing plastering downstairs, and there's an open vent, so if you can hear the radio and my husband, I'm sorry. Hopefully it is not too distracting. So, Simplicity Vintage by Dimensions. I know I put that in, and I brought more colors down in this area here and some over here. There's the one project I worked on for half of July. Well, the traveling part of July. The other project that I worked on when I was home and able to sit down and do some stitching, because, like I said, renovations are underway, so that was one of the reasons why it was such a short trip. This is Hatter by Gecko Rouge. Did not bring up the pattern, so let me just load up. This is what it will look like when it's finished. Here's what it looked like when you last saw it. And here it is now. I'm stitching this on 25 count, easy count Lugana. And here's where it's at. So I worked mostly in this area here, filling in and working up. And I came over here and started to do the same. Two strands of floss over one half cross. And I basically do the typewriter method but I'm doing it from bottom to top instead of top to bottom. So I try to find the lowest point and pick that color and work it in and up. So it is coming along. I actually put in quite a few stitches, but you know, until you look at the before and after, it can be hard to see the change. I have a puppy up here with me. You know, Khaleesi. She's not really a puppy. So, my next, that's it for the whips. Let me look at my book here. Yeah, that's it for the whips. Because I focused on Beloved, finished Beloved. I took dimensions on the trip and I worked on Hatter when I got home. And then I decided that I still needed to do a new start because I finished Beloved, so that means get another BAP, big project on the frame. I already have plans for another new start, but this new start is the one that was intended to replace Beloved. I had intended to start this one. The other one is something that was a little bit of a twist the rubber arm. And I'll do it. So this one is taking the place of Beloved on the scroll frame for my morning stitching. This does not have nearly as much colors. It has more colors than Beloved. Beloved only had 27 colors. That made it very easy to work on in the morning. This one is max color and it is 97 colors. This is Inner Depths by Chris Ortega. And I decided to go ahead and start it as soon as I had a chance, which was about 2 days ago. Plus, you know, it was my birthday a couple of weeks ago, so I needed a birthday start. Usually I do an Alice in Wonderland theme birthday start, and she kind of reminds me of Alice in a steampunk kind of way. So here's my start. I should have looked up the numbers, but it's 0.25%. That I know for sure. This is 1,328 stitches. Right there. And working from the top left corner over. I did put the diagonal lines on Pattern Keeper, but I just can't do it. I can't stop at an edge. I am not trained that way. I will go as far as I can and then park it until I have more in the area done. So for instance, these threads are parked, and then I stitch over here and park these. But if I pick this parked thread and it can be worked over here, I will pick it up and work it in, because I really don't like densely parked stitches. So that is Inner Depths by Chris Ortega, charted by Heaven and Earth. Stitch 2 over 1 half cross on 25 count antique white Lugana. I wrote all that down, but I also did this so that I know every time I pick it up, that's what it is. I am working with floss cards. I did braid them because they were a little bit out of control, and I wasn't going to braid them at first because I still need a couple of colors, but I can always undo the braid, put the color in, re-braid it. So that is Inner Depths by Chris Ortega. Started July 30th-ish. Plans. So WhipGo was, the numbers were called for WhipGo. WhipGo is a Facebook group run by Jessie Marie of Jessie Marie Does Stuff, and she posts, you basically make your own bingo board, and then she calls 2 numbers for the month, and you stitch your project that you put on your bingo board and do your goal, whatever your goal happened to be. Some people will put page finish. I myself have chosen 22 hours quote or bracket or a finish, because some things don't require that many hours to get it finished, or it'll be close to being finished within that time frame anyways. So that is what I have put. The numbers that were called for me, well, the numbers were 20 and 25. For me, that represents a new start. And Beautitudes. Beautitudes is by My Big Toe, and it is something that I have been wanting to pick up and work on anyways. I actually had it by my chair along with Hatter and Cassiopeia, because I still need to meet my goals on Cassiopeia. So, yeah. Actually, I think Beautitudes was also called. Maybe it was July's number and I just didn't do it. So, let me look here. Because, yeah, July was a wash. No, it wasn't. I don't think it was. I only have it on here once, so no, it couldn't have been. So anyways, yeah. New Start and Beautitudes. So those are going to be worked on. Now, my New Start that I am choosing to vlog hours for is going to be Inner Depths. But I do have another New Start planned for August the 12th. That is one that was not it was not a 2022 plan. But then a discussion happened and my rubber arm got twisted, and I'm starting it on August 12th with Carolyn Zook of Zook Stitch and Kim from Stitch and Stuff. And a couple of days ago on Saturday we did a video, and it's all three of us discussing the various ways that we are going to be tackling this project, and we are each putting it up on our channels. I did get mine uploaded before the other two, but it's the exact same video. Intro and outro will be different, but it's the same Zoom call. So that is the New Start that is planned for August 12th, World Cross Stitch Day. If you want to know more about it, you can go check that video out. But we are going to be starting Stitcher Shelf by Amy Stewart, Max Color, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And we'll see how this goes. Yeah. I can go on about it, but there is another video that does go into all of the details about that. So if you are interested in joining us in that, I will put details down below as well, but there's more information in the previous video discussion about Stitching Shelf. So what else do I have planned? Nothing. I did, as far as haul goes, I didn't get anything. I did place an order recently from 123, and that is because of a very generous person who's been watching me from the start, and I just want to say thank you very much, Brenda. I really appreciate it, and it is helping me kit up some of the threads that I need for a stitching shelf and inner depths, but it is, I have to get a chart to go along with it, you know, so there's a couple of charts, one for sure, maybe two, and threads, and a Q-snap set, because I don't have a frame for a stitching shelf, so it's going to be in a Q-snap for now. Yeah, but Stitchy Kindness, I was in an exchange with Kim and Sarah and a bunch of other people in the Stitch and Stuff Smalls Exchange. Christmas in July was the theme, and so that's why this Merry Christmas pillow is up here. That I got in the exchange, and I did have the card here, but I also got candy, which is not going to last very long, to be honest. So, yeah, I should find the card. Here it is, because it has details about the pattern, and I'll pull it down. So the pattern is Merry Christmas 2020 by Teresa Coget. Called for DMC on 32 count Murano Ice by Zweigart. So very, very well done. And I'm going to cover up her name. There's her finishing on the back. So I really do appreciate this. It is so cute. I never really am drawn towards Teresa Coget. This one is actually kind of surprising because if I remember right, she does more punch needle angels. I think. I could be wrong, but so there's that, and yeah, that's it for the Stitchy Kindness. It's a life update. Like I said, I have 2 weeks plus 2 days off. Traveled down to Toronto, and my brother-in-law met us there. We drove to his place, stayed at his place for one night, then we had a family barbecue, which was great. We met some of the relatives of my husband's that he hasn't met for a long time. Saw his aunt, who's doing great for somebody in her age. It was really, really good to see her. And then we went to his other brothers, stayed there a night, and then that brother drove us to my dad's place. And that's the whole reason. I mean, it was good to see the brothers, but the whole reason was to go see my dad. And that was a surprise for my dad. We had talked about going down there, and you know, we had finalized dates and everything, but he didn't know when it was going to be happening. So I told my stepmom, hey, let's just make it a surprise. And so he was sitting outside waiting for us when we showed up, and my stepsister was there to film it all. And I will insert that clip here.
It's okay, come here. It's okay, come here.
Hey, look who's here.
No way.
I remember that girl.
Come here, Beth. Okay, let her go because she's going. Don't look on his face when he realized it registered who it was.
I saw the double take.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh my God, look at the size of Ian. Ian, the last time I saw you, you had to be like 6 years old.
Yeah.
A little bit of difference.
We're
in the neighborhood.
I just thought you'd drop in.
So yeah, that was quite exciting. We didn't really do anything, you know, spectacular. There was no, what do you call it, festivals or anything like that that we were going to. We just very simply stayed at a hotel, walked to his house, visited all day, and went back to the hotel. And it was great. We just did a lot of talking, reminiscing. He kept asking about, you know, people in this town because this is where he's from, and telling some stories. So it was all good. And we didn't get to see the nieces and nephews that I was hoping to see while we were there, but you know, next time, which we are hoping will not be 20 years. 20 plus years before we do this again. So, yeah. And then after 3 days in Barrie, we went back to the First Brothers and had a game night, of course, with my nephew and his wife. It's one of those things, we just keep introducing each other new board games, so had to do it. And then we were on our way home. So it was a brief but good trip, and got home and finished demolishing and rebuilding the framework for the kitchen. At the end of this week, they were intending to come and do some measurements, the kitchen people, but we pushed it back to next week. But surprisingly enough, we might be ready this week, so we'll see. Yeah. After all that, then it's a waiting game for them to bring us the cabinets. But do what we can, have it as close to ready as we possibly can, and then, you know, wash our dishes in the laundry sink downstairs for months. Anyways, I am just rambling now. I just want to say thank you for stopping by. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Yeah. Join us in the stitching show. Stitch along August 12th. And I will put links down below for the Facebook group. And I guess I can link the other video with the discussion, and the other 2 Flosstubers that are joining me in this. You can go check out their other videos as well. So, until next time, which hopefully won't be 3 weeks, happy stitching. Take care of each other. Bye.